Welcome to our weekly news update from George and Surrounds on a Tuesday. Today is 11 June and I'm Ilse Squinraad for Group Editors Live. This Friday, 14 June, South Africans will know who will lead us into the future. All the new MPs will be sworn in at the first sitting of the 7th National Assembly and National Council of Provinces before electing a Speaker and a South African President. The sitting will be at the Cape Town International Convention Centre. The sitting of the Parliament of the Western Cape is scheduled for Thursday at 9. On the local front, former George Mayor Leon van Wyk will take up his position at the provincial legislature this week. The municipality yesterday announced the resignations of both municipal manager Dr. Michelle Gratz and Director of Planning and Development Lauren Waring. Gratz said she had worked exceptionally well with Mayor van Wyk and wished to leave at the same time as him. Waring just said that she wished to afford the new local leadership the opportunity to build a team that will be aligned with their vision and management requirements. With me is political journalist Michelle Pinaar to provide us with her insights.
Well, Ilse, if there's one person who would feel very special, it must be our former Mayor Leon van Wyk, because the moment he left for the legislature, two ladies in very prominent positions decided to give up their jobs because they only want to work with him. But he's not the only one going off to the Western Cape legislature. We have Dirk Wessels, our former mayoral committee member for finances, that is Dirk Wessels. And we also have our district mayor, Memory Boyson. He's also off to the legislature. And then, of course, we have Basil Petrus of the PA. He will be joining there as well, not under the DA, but for the PA. And then we've got two other leaders in the DA. They're also going to join at the legislature. Well, actually, Jaco Lond, it will be his first time round. He used to be a member of the National Council of Provinces. And then our DA leader in the Western Cape, Tashe Simmers. He has been there since 2017 and he will go for his second term. And he's looking forward to that.
Thank you, Michelle. Much appreciated. The Garden Route District Disaster Management Centre has learned a number of valuable lessons from the rain and floods that hit the Southern Cape and Klein Karoo last week. Reporting back to Council, Head of Disaster Management, Gerard Otto, said they need improved early warning systems for disruptive rain in the catchment areas of major dams. These would include radar covering the Central Karoo, additional rainfall measurement equipment in the catchment areas, as well as additional river gauging stations. He also proposed an electronic real-time road status dashboard. Over the past weekend, 316 suspects were apprehended in connection with various crimes in the Garden Route. Crime combating operations included the closing down of drug and unlicensed liquor outlets, stop and search operations, vehicle checkpoints, as well as high-density patrols in crime hotspot areas. Most of the arrests were executed in George, Oudtshoorn and Knysna. The week-long George Food, Wine and Beer Festival kicks off next week, Friday, 21 June, at the market inside the Transnet Transport Museum in town. The event sports over 100 stalls, including wine, beer and gin stalls, live music and, of course, the power van, trains, vintage vehicles and model trains. SA for Hope, a non-profit organisation assisting needy farmers and farm workers, is a beneficiary of the event. Entry is free. The Pops band of Kape Musicam is performing at the Outeniqua Family Market this Saturday, 15 June, between 10 and 12. Viewed as a stepping stone to the orchestra, the Pops band is led by Carpe Musicam founders Norman Carlos and Elsie Barkhuizen and consists of a core of experienced musicians and a growing group of young musicians. Dancers of Alvenia's dance company and Cloud9, a semi-professional dance company founded by Alvenia Manuel, owned the stage at the Market Community Theatre last weekend. Dance Bouquet showcased a selection of ballet and contemporary dance. Dancers were cheered on by parents, family and friends, which made the whole experience personal and welcoming, similar to a school sports game. Since the beginning of winter, George Herald readers have been sharing some weird and crazy but lovable pictures of their pets. Catch some of these special moments compiled by journalist Michelle Pinaar in print in this week's edition of George Herald on Thursday, 13 June. Send a high-definition photo of you and your pet on WhatsApp to 082 595 0154 or send an email to michelle@groupeditors.co.za. And now for some news from the Comrades. Outeniqua Harriers athlete Louis Massane from George completed his 49th Comrades Marathon on Saturday, one of only 2 runners to have reached this milestone. Barry Holland attempted his 50th Comrades this year, but was forced to withdraw due to injury. Massane told George Herald that his dream is to see him and Holland run together and finish together next year and claim their 50th Comrades together. Jeff Aliff will be interviewing Massane this week, so look out for the video on Group Editors Live. Meanwhile, Sebastian Prentice and Jason Hofmeyer, 2 George Ultra runners, have raised a whopping $150,000 for a good cause since completing the 100-miler in the Mountain Ultra Trail races in the Outeniqua Mountains at the end of May. They used their participation in the mud to raise funds for the NPO Uzapu Indlu that is doing amazing community upliftment work in George. The aim is to raise $350,000 that will be used to buy a vehicle and equip an educational centre run by the NPO in Thembalethu. And finally, rugby. The SWD Premier League just got even more thrilling after last weekend's matches. While Barbarians, Blanco, Grootbrak, Heidelberg, Bridgeton and Crusaders are almost guaranteed spots in the top 8, Evergreens, Progress and George will need to pull out all the stops. Evergreens, currently 7th on the log, suffered a narrow defeat to 8th placed Progress with a score of 18-22. Meanwhile, George, in 9th place, clinched a tight victory over Harlequins in Oudtshoorn, winning 24-21. This sets the stage for a crucial showdown at Outeniqua Park on Saturday, 15 June, where George will take on Evergreens. Progress will also be in action facing Heidelberg in what promises to be another decisive encounter. And that's it for our Tuesday news wrap. For more on these and other stories, be sure to get your George Herald on Thursday and visit georgeherald.com, the Group Editors YouTube channel and all our social media platforms. I'm Ilse Skoenraad for George Herald and Group Editors Live.